Hello and welcome to Red Stain Radio, a Dead by Daylight podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Madison, and I'm joined by my lovely co-hosts, Stevie
Hello.
and Bryson.
Howdy.
Woo! Thank you all for being here. How are we doing today?
Doing great. Doing
Oh,
really good.
that's good.
Yeah, we're doing good over here.
That's
Today's
good.
a good day.
I'm doing pretty good. I had like 5 tacos, so I'm doing pretty good.
Ooh, what
And
kind
I
of
had boba tea
tacos?
earlier today, and I did good
Taco
on my
Tuesday
test.
dinner, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh my God,
true.
it is actually Taco Tuesday. Ah!
I
Oh
love
my God,
tacos.
I'm so white. Anyways, this is episode 18 where we're going to be sharing our unique tier lists with everyone. So, a little while ago, we had a listener, Ethan, ask if we'd rank killers by their power or strength. And killer tier lists are kind of like dime a dozen. Maybe we'll do a serious one in the future, but
Yeah.
currently we wanted to put our own spin on our own lists and have fun, 'Cause this is a chill podcast. And since killer tier lists are so common amongst other content creators, we just thought we'd be silly goofy and try and stand out a little bit and do something fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. This is kind of off the heels of Otts also just re-releasing his updated tier list. And also tier lists have just been hitting the subreddit a lot lately, so
Yeah.
it's kind of weird and topical.
It's
Yes.
weird and topical, but like if you try to join the conversation, the only hot take you can have right now is saying, "Oh, Blight's stronger than Nurse."
Yeah.
There's nothing else you can do to like break into the killer tier list
Hmm.
space.
Think the Dredge is an S tier killer, and here's why. Even though he's heavily dependent on Walker.
I don't know about that.
But first, before we get into these amazing tier lists that we've all made, we have some housekeeping. Don't forget, you can email us at redstainradio@gmail.com. Send us your topic ideas, questions, or whatever, and we'd love to read it on the show. We also have another cosmetic winner interview in the pipeline, so make sure to look out for that. We don't really have a release date, so keep looking at our socials, keep listening to the podcast, and hopefully that will be happening soon. Now, let's move on to some DVD and slash non-DVD news. First off, the Halloween event for Dead by Daylight has started. Haunted by Daylight. What's everyone thinking about it? What's
Oh
everyone's thoughts?
gosh, oh my gosh. It's like the same as last year. You have
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
void. You got void crystals again. It's in a
Mhm.
slightly new void map. But it's all the same things. You collect the wisps, you open the portal, you do the generator, you get points, and it all turns into a void crystal if you're a survivor. If you're a killer, similar thing. You pick
You
up your
go.
little void juices everywhere and you turn it in for a ghost.
I don't know if I
Ah,
like void juices. That's
Yeah,
that's
void
that's
juice.
nasty.
what?
Yes.
You don't? Okay.
I think it's more of like a gas than a liquid.
Evil gas. Yeah.
It is like a
I tag
mist.
you with my evil
Yeah. A
gas.
mist
Get
is a good way of
hunted,
putting it.
bitch.
Totally. Yeah. Or a
Mhm.
fog, per se.
Ooh,
Void
ooh.
particles.
Yeah.
Void gaseousness. Oh my, how
I've
gaseous.
I've not played enough of the Halloween event. I need to. I played like a handful of sessions. Had a good time overall. I The void is just so weird. Like killers don't have a terror radius, but they can use their power. And then survivors are broken and exhausted in it. Like it's just a weird like there's just like a large like lopsided kind of balancing to it. Yeah, void crystals can do gen slowly now, but you can't work on the gen at the same time as the void crystals working on it. Also found it to be very difficult to keep void energy and then actually open a void portal, like open a crack if there's not one already open nearby, and then go spend enough stuff for a void crystal. It takes a lot of energy. I actually think it takes more than it did last year, which I found a little frustrating. Nonetheless, it's still a lot of fun. I wish the ghosts in the void didn't go towards survivors and make you scream and hinder you. I felt that was a weird addition. I don't remember that being there last year.
No,
Um,
those are brand new, yeah.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. I just don't think those are necessary because last year I think you could go up to those and collect something from them or something. Maybe that was a few years back. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that was like their first iteration.
But they've just made some weird design choices. There is orange in it, which is nice, but nowhere near enough orange for
Yeah.
my taste. But overall, I think it's fine.
Yeah. For me, I'm a little disappointed in it just because I'm not a big fan of the Haunted by Daylight with all the void stuff. I liked it at first, but after the second or third time, I'm like, okay, I it's not for me. Because like gameplay wise, maybe a hot take, probably it's probably a lukewarm take, honestly. There's no real reason to go to the void because like
Yes.
as survivor you get heavily punished, and if no survivors are in there as killer, you don't want to go in there wasting your pressure, you're wasting your time to get a haunt. Because like yeah, they can be okay, but it's like if they don't have the smoke bombs, just play a regular game of Dead by Daylight. But there's blue and orange now. Ooh. And also, I played a lot of Killer for this event, lots of Spoon Tab, yay. I haven't really played Survivor, but Killer-wise, I didn't really notice anything different. Like, the only thing I can remember, there was an ace that kept going into the Halloween realm, the Void, on the map that came out with Hellmaster. And I was like, oh, he's getting away, he's so smart. But then I just go across the map, get someone, maybe chase him for a little bit, he get away, I'm like, okay, I'll just go chase someone else. And then he just run into me because the portals are just kind of random like that, so...
Hmm.
Yeah, that was more on him, but like regardless, the event to me just kind of felt like it doesn't feel Halloweeny enough. I know it's kind of a hot take. Me and Bryson were talking about this when we were playing another game, which we'll be talking about really soon. Don't worry, guys. But we were talking about the Halloween event, and Dead by Daylight, as essence, is a horror game, and I feel like this should be like a second anniversary esque event, but it's not. It's just a Halloween event. How I don't want to be rude, but how is Fortnite having a more fun Halloween event
Oh my
than Dead
God.
by Daylight?
With all the cosmetics they're doing,
I
and
know
even
they have
like
Scooby-Doo. They have
also like
Scooby-Doo.
not even them, but also Call of Duty. And the reason I bring up Call of Duty is because they recently got like Predator and Jason Voorhees and such,
Exactly.
all very relevant to DBD. But they have like a zombie esque thing in Warzone right now going on, and it's incredible to see that these other games that are not horror games kind of get
A
somewhat
better
better
stuff, yeah.
Halloween events than DVD is, and very. Well, you mentioned Maddie in terms of killer, like you weren't really chasing people in the void. I noticed that as well as a survivor. Killers really don't have to go into the void. That's kind of not a good tactic if you want to win the game.
Yeah.
And survivors, like I'm taking away time from doing a gen to go to the void, and then the dowsing rods are only personal. Why that is, I still don't know. Why are event things other than anniversary not for everyone? Why are they not BP streamers?
Yeah.
I just don't understand that change. I don't know why. It just feels so stingy, and yeah, it was just frustrating. And I just wasn't getting enough BP to to put enough effort into the event myself.
Yeah.
It was really like that, right? Like either you bring the dowsing rod or you try to like bring streamers to help everyone.
Yeah.
And you find that if you bring the streamers, everyone else is just fucking around getting void crystals and getting so many more points than you. Because the event kind of incentivizes it. It wants you to just do a gen and then once you're the one not being chased, open a portal, get a crystal. And if that's giving you 5,000 points and you bring the dowsing rod, now that's like 10,000
Yeah.
points. I
'Cause
don't
I
know the
don't
exact numbers, but it's in the thousands.
I don't know why, for some reason, I want to say last year, they changed the Halloween offering. So instead of, oh, you just get double blood points, it's like a mini BPS or something. It's only for when you do Halloween
Event
objectives.
scores,
This
yeah,
Halloween
that
scores,
It's just
that
so
that's right.
weird.
mhm.
Like
It's
it's
terrible.
de-incentivizing doing anything else but Halloween game mode, which I get what they were trying to do, but it should have been like you get 1.5 more double blood point, you get 1.5 more multiplier to everything, but it's two times for Halloween. I feel like that would be fine. Just making it so you
Hmm.
only get extra blood points when you do Halloween, it doesn't feel good. Does not feel nice. Anyways, we're not here to complain. We're here to have fun. So if I'm allowed to move this train away from the Halloween event, also really quickly, Howmaster and Twins got kill switched because their little guys got disappeared. They became invisible for survivors for some reason.
Oh yeah, there were
But
so many
they're
invisibility
back now,
bugs
I
with this.
think.
They're back now though, so
This
don't
Mhm.
worry.
hotfix that dropped today re-enabled them and fixed a lot of the other invisible survivor issues. It was
Yes.
really good because I mean it felt like this year is the only year when they've had a lot of invisible character bugs,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and it was widespread.
Yeah. Moving on from the fixes, someone kind of got buffs, surprisingly, and that is Michael Myers. So kind of a handful of stuff, but basically his terror radius and his pursuer mode got reduced, I think. Yes. And then his terror radius and evil incarnate got increased.
No,
Got
both got reduced.
yes, they both got reduced. Thank you. His evil incarnate got a 20% boost bonus, 20% bonus to stun recovery and breaking speed. His duration got from 40 to 60 seconds. He has no movement penalty or slowdown when activating evil incarnate. That was so weird that he did. Sliding strike can now move up to 7.5 meters per second instead of 6.9. Increased turning speed, sensitivity only vertically though, which is the weird thing, not horizontally, so you can't flick, just vertically. And lastly, a decreased cooldown, increased blood point score event rewards. Honestly, he doesn't seem like he's poo poo anymore. He seems like Dredge, maybe. He's Dredgy.
They also said this is also the first pass. They're going to do another pass. They mentioned in the notes. I've not touched him yet. I didn't get a chance to today. I'm probably going to try him out later this week, because I have not played Michael in a while, and I'd like to play Killer instead of Survivor in the event. Yeah, these sound like good changes. I know some people were worried that there may be little or even less counterplay now that he has a quicker stun recovery. So pallets are going to be a little less effective to him, and that Evil Incarnate is longer, which is an issue I had with it. Like, I felt like I never got a lot of value out of it when I was chasing a single survivor. He's going to burn through pallets very quickly. So if you put Bamboozle on him, you're going to have a pretty good build just overall with Michael Myers. Yeah, I'll have to play him to find out. But yeah, this sounds good. I just, I miss my boy. I miss my old boy. We were talking
Definitely
about this
gotta get
before.
behind the wheel and feel him out.
Yeah.
So, besides Michael getting some buffs, there wasn't really much, except we recently got a new cosmetic, which is for the clown. It's a port from DBD Mobile, where he's kind of like a scarecrow. And this was originally going to release on the 28th, I believe, of this month. But however, due to some reasons, I think there were some bugs, Maggie's legendary skin for Michonne swapped dates with the clown. So now she's coming out on the 28th, and the clown skin will come out today, quote unquote, which is technically tomorrow for our listeners and viewers. Yeah. Besides that, Bryson's been playing a lot of Carnival Hunt. I played a little bit, but I want to hear from
How are you
you.
liking
What's
Carnival?
Carnival Hunt? What's that?
Yeah, so I mentioned this last week, I think, or something. So Steam Next Fest was last week. It ended Monday. It's mainly just demos for upcoming video games. Carnival Hunt is an asymmetrical multiplayer horror game. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I think this game really has solid bones and solid structure, and I think it could be a very good, competent competitor to DBD. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, why do you want a competitor to DBD? You should. This is a DBD podcast." Well, competition breeds innovation. Like, we want that. It breeds better product. It creates better products. It pushes developers to have just a better game overall. And I think DBD, with the year it's had, needs a competitor. And that's why I'm kind of really looking forward to. It's not like I'm jumping ship to DBD, but I just want to try new things. And Carnival Hunt is just a completely original IP. It's not like the Halloween game. It's not like Friday the 13th. It's completely original from some very small dev team. They had like one other game before now, but I've been playing a lot of it. It is less of a looping, and it's more of a hide and seek. So you're very much, and Maddie's played a few games with me, but it's the maps. So you play as a bunny, aka your survivor, and then there's the magician, aka your killer. The magician has all sorts of abilities to catch bunnies or lay down decoys that can capture them or teleport between levels. And the map is 4 levels. Bunnies start on the bottom and they have to work their way up to there's 4 levels. The 4th level has the escape doors. There's 2 sets. You have to open them, but there's multiple ways to get up and down the levels, like ropes or the zip lines or Ferris wheels, etc. Just stairways that you have to open gates to. But it's got great bones. It's a lot of, you can like play dead to hide amongst other like decoy bunnies around the map. It's just really well structured, and you can see they've put in systems that really that DBD is only catching up to now, like anti-camp, anti-tunnel. Like the magician can put you in a cage, but they can sit there. But then when you leave, you automatically have this panic ability, which is essentially what's the thing?
Invulnerability?
Yeah, so you like, if they pick you up immediately, you essentially have decisive strike, they get stunned and they drop you. And then there's these bunny holes around the map that you can go into and jump into, and it will TP you somewhere else around the map. But like, it just makes sense when your characters are bunnies, and you have this like magician guy, and there's this whole other like wind up energy consumption mechanic. Like, it's, I highly recommend it. The demo is still available now. They actually extended it because it was one of the most played demos in Steam Next Fest. But I highly recommend people kind of check out what else is available out there in the asym multiplayer horror genre, because there's just nothing right now other than DVD. And so I really find this to be kind of a nice competitor. Hopefully it's supposed to release in early access next year. I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on it, and you can go to their Discord and sign up for early access or whatnot. I highly recommend it. It's great.
Yes, it's very fun. Just
No,
make
that
sure to
sounds
turn down your
great.
settings because it's kind of graphically intensive.
Yeah,
I like the theming on it too, like keeping it kind of pigeonholed to like carnival stuff, things
yeah.
like that. You can kind of really keep like the scary element of like you shouldn't be here after dark, but also like, oh, it's just kind of playful, right? We
Yeah,
don't have to worry about gore and like violence if it's just like cages and bunny dolls.
yeah. They're all just dolls. There are like the
They're just
dolls
all
lore wise do have like parts of children, like their souls are in them or whatever, like tethered
Dead
to them.
Kids, Five Nights at Freddy's. It's
But
Five Nights at Freddy's reference, everyone.
right,
Believe it or
the
not.
fact that it's an original
Yeah.
game, like its original idea, they can apply licenses. Like, imagine Pennywise running around chasing you but I think they're going to have more killers. There's a loading screen with a magician and another like woman. She's like got two heads. So I'm not sure how abilities are going to differ. I'm really interested, but yeah, I'm really interested in see what the game has, and I hope for nothing but the best for it.
Yeah, that was our last non-Dead by Night, Dead by Daylight, Dead by Daylight news. We do have two Dead by Daylight news things I want to talk about really quickly. Let's start with the January chapter because that's kind of like what
Ooh,
everyone's
yes.
been looking forward to. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think a lot of people are like Christmas. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's like it's
Anyways,
3 months
uh,
away. Like that'll go by so fast
I
when you
Yeah,
guess
it
think
will.
about it.
yeah. But yeah, January, it's our licensed chapter. It has a killer and two survivors. Recently, the Japanese Dead by Daylight Twitter account posted a clip of developers during what I believe to be the Krisoon live stream, stating that the January license would be revealed very soon. So we kind of like a new piece to the puzzle a little bit. So this is something they want to reveal early. It's something that Matthew Cote has a lot of experience with, and it might, keyword might, be a sequel chapter. What could this be? I'm still betting on Dead by Daylight, Dungeons and Dragons. My only confusion is specifically it was the Japanese Dead by Daylight account. So this could just be, oh, they're trying to get like traction on other accounts besides the English one, or it's something related to Japan, which brings kind of like another thing because people were saying, oh, it's Danganronpa, it's Danganronpa. So maybe this is Danganronpa. Maybe we get Junko as the killer, and then two of the people. I don't know. I don't play Danganronpa. I only know Junko. That's all I
Same.
know.
Out of my element there.
I feel like
Mhm.
anyone who's like a hardcore Danganronpa fan is like, please, please don't entice me anymore. They already got their hopes up and they already like put it to the side when they were like, no, it can't be.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Danganronpa because it's kind of like anime. I don't know if it is an anime, but
It.
like it
I'll
has
say,
an anime, but I don't know if it's
It's a
technically
visual novel.
it's a
yeah,
visual. But
it has
like it's
anime
like
vibes.
it's like Japanese made, and Tokyo Ghoul was a very successful chapter. Like even though it was just Ken Kaneki, everyone loved Ken Kaneki. Super fun, broken, and has cool
Yeah,
cosmetics.
still kind
So
of
I would not
broken.
be surprised if they did more anime in the future, with Danganronpa being kind of like anime adjacent. I would not be surprised if we got Danganronpa for January. But also, it's like we don't know. We know literally nothing.
We know that there's going to be two survivors and a killer, which is
Yes.
probably one of the bigger chapters that they're kind of announced beforehand.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something else that had one killer and two survivors, but like all of them have like a map, like Stranger Things. I guess like Project W.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
would
only
say
one I can think of.
second Resident Evil didn't have a
Yeah,
map.
because we already had a
Tools
Resident.
of Torment, it wasn't a license, but
Evil.
that
We
was
don't
Skull
talk about that.
Merchant
We
and the
don't talk about that.
twin.
We
Well,
don't talk about that.
There was a map, but it was not a full map, right?
Yeah, it was
The
a map
current map
reboot.
Shelter
was
Woods would
altered.
work.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Which I think is actually kind of better. I actually kind of like that main building area.
me too. So our last beat, piece of news before we move on to our amazing tier list. Japan, blah, 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 blah.
Keep saying
Japan.
Japan.
Thank you. And the worldwide DVD statistics were revealed for killer pick rate, survivor pick rate, and cosmetic sales. Looking at killer, the most popular killer in Japan is the Wraith at 7% pick rate. And worldwide, it's the Huntress at 6%. So that's kind of interesting. So I was like, oh, I
Hmm.
was not expecting these things.
On that stat specifically, people have kind of like clarified it, and it seems like the meta for people in like Asia
Mhm.
and Japan, the way people play is very much this is a 1v4 game where people are kind of fighting to get everyone or at least most of the team out.
Mhm.
Worldwide, you see in like Europe and North American, people play it as like a this is a 1v1. This is my chance to carry the team. This is
Mhm.
my chance to run the killer for 3 minutes or at least get in their face the entire match and not worry about that. What this leads to is you have people in like the West, North America, and Europe fighting, 1v1s, picking killers with chase powers, picking builds to keep themselves alive. And people in Japan focus on being self sustainable, working on gens and hiding from the killer. And the killer needs to be someone who is good at spreading pressure, good
Yeah.
at traversing the whole map and 1v4ing. Wraith does all this, and it's free.
Yeah, I think another thing, I could be wrong, so viewers and listeners, feel free to send an email, be like, "Hey, Masson, actually, it's more like this." So, anyways, I believe I've heard some things that the meta, like you said, CV is very different, but more so that it's more oriented around self-reliance and keeping yourself alive, whereas Killer, it's more of just trying to hit and run. Like that's why
Yeah.
Rafe is so popular because he's, I would say, the best killer at doing that. Just being invisible and then cloaking whenever you want. Very good. And this kind of correlates to one of the other most picked survivor perks in Japan, which is self care, which I found
Yeah.
really surprising because I was like, I didn't think self care is good, but they just really have. I guess Japan players really love having like that free tool to heal yourselves without having to bring a med
It's
kit. You can
good.
bring
It's
a
a good
flashlight,
perk.
map, or something. Exactly. So it's just like they. I feel like they focus more on self reliance, where survivors in worldwide focus more on doing the objective and getting out as soon as possible.
Hmm. Yeah, I've seen it on the subreddit explained as just generally uh the Japan audience players, they kill those killers want to keep gens from getting done. That's their
Mhm.
objective. That's how they play. Whereas folks in the West play it as getting kills for survivors or getting survivors killed. So those
Yes.
are the two differences. And listeners, if you're unfamiliar, Japan is like DBD is like huge over there. Like it's like one of the 10th most one of the within the 10 most played games. I heard that
I did not
recently.
know that.
I heard that recently from Polly Esser on YouTube. He mentioned that in a YouTube video, which I was surprised for. Don't
Mhm.
quote me on that. I'm quoting him. But it's like within the top 10 of most played
That's
games in Japan, which is
crazy.
insane.
I didn't
But
know
like
that. Oh my god.
a large majority of the player base is there. Um, which is why there's a whole nother meta. And I would love to have a, if we have any listeners in Japan, hit us up. We'd love to have a conversation because I genuinely would love to have a conversation about that, the different types of metas. And I think that's a really fascinating conversation. And I just think it's also just hard for us to resonate with here in the West when the meta here is just so different. We hear self-care is a big perk over there. Whereas over here, if you're seeing running self-care, you're probably going to get bagged on. So
Yeah.
I would just love to have that conversation. So if any of you know anyone in Japan or who want to talk or anything, I would love to have that conversation.
They included statistics for perks, and I just realized I did not include them in my notes. I'm so sorry. I will say though, really funny, top rated killer perk, the one most used across Japan and in worldwide is, believe it or not, pain resonance. What?
Wow,
Whoa, crazy.
crazy.
I think it's like 6% worldwide, 8%
Mm,
Japan. I could be wrong, but it's single digit. Moving on to survivors, the most popular survivor in Japan is Fang Min at 8%, and worldwide it's Sable at also 8%.
freaking
And
gooners.
I think in Japan Sable is like third or second, but
Mm,
still, Fang
still high.
Min's three. She is number
Hmm.
one, and honestly, I respect that. They respect an OG baddie, and
Yeah,
I have nothing but respect for that.
got great cosmetics too. Both of
Great
those
cosmetics too,
characters.
exactly. Especially that ultra rare skin. I love those little effects, the little beeps. I don't know why it's more expensive, but I like it. Moving on from that really quickly, we're just going to talk about the top grossing killer cosmetics and the top grossing survivor cosmetics, and then we can get into tier list. So the top grossing killer cosmetic in Japan is Wraith's Phantom Lizard Skin, which I believe is the one where it's got like the glowing stuff. It was like part of that rift with like Spirit and
And Yui.
yes,
Mm.
thank you. Which I thought was really interesting because I don't think I've ever seen anyone use Phantom Lizard before.
Yeah, I don't recognize that skin or that
I'm
name of the skin.
curious where these numbers are coming from as well, because like, okay, that makes sense. Wraith is like one of the most popular killers, and then this skin used to be in the Rift and then came back as a store item.
Okay, I
I'm
was entirely
curious.
wrong. I had to double check. This is
Mhm.
not from the or maybe it is.
It was a Rift skin.
It
You're
was a
right.
superhero skin. Okay,
It's a Rift
you were
skin that
correct.
came back recently. So
Yes.
anyone who was looking at it back then can buy it now. But
Mhm.
I'm curious if the stats are including people who got it for free in the Rift as someone
Hmm.
who purchased it.
It's probably just like adding like people who bought the Rift and then they got the skin. That's my guess.
Right.
Yeah.
And I believe these were posted officially by the Japanese DVD Twitter account. Please feel free to correct me. Anyways, the most popular or the most top grossing survivor cosmetic in Japan is Fangman's Happy Go Lucky skin, which I thought was interesting. That kind of reflects like the
Cute.
most popular
Pretty
character
cute.
obviously has the most, you
Hmm.
know, successful grossing skin. And I had to search up the Happy Go Lucky skin again because I keep forgetting it. But I believe the Happy Go Lucky skin, yeah, it's the pink rabbit one. The one with the
Okay.
little
That
ears.
makes sense.
Makes
Yes.
That's,
sense.
yep. I'm not
That's
a
an
Fang player, so
OG.
I couldn't call that off the name itself. But
Hmm.
yep, pink bunny ears. That's
Yes.
it.
I will say though, I have some. You'll probably will recognize these two cosmetics a lot more. Uh, First off, we'll go back to Killer. Worldwide, the top grossing Killer cosmetic is Huntress's Were Elk skin, which I thought was really interesting.
It's a good skin.
It's a very
It
good.
has a unique Mori, and it's pay to win.
Mhm. And maybe some people are just freaks for the Were Elk. Who knows? Who
Yeah,
knows?
true.
Who knows? Stevie, any thoughts on the Were Elk?
In my mind, I see it as like when someone is in the store and looking to buy a skin, they might be incentivized to pick their favorite skin and then buy only the mask or the weapon, pick the part that they actually want, mix it with other things.
Yeah.
So when you have something like the Were Elk, it's a linked set, you kind of need to buy the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's a whole skin that everyone who's buying it for one part of it, whether it's the Mori, the sound effects, or the actual skin, they have to buy it all at once. When it's another skin, even if it's highly selling, people are likely to just buy parts of it. And I don't think that counts as a full sale of the skin.
Hmm.
Whereas Were Elk, it's like the whole thing because you can't just have one piece. You have to get the whole thing.
Exactly. Right. And the rest of the list is some other killers. You'll see like everyone on there that you would expect. But a lot of the top grossing skins are link sets. If somebody wants to buy one skin for their favorite killer, they'll buy one that's a full
Yeah.
change of the character.
Yes. Also, I have to do this as an honorary, not honorary, as a Springtrap main, aka Springtrap main on Steam. Uh, the second highest grossing skin in the world for killers was Glitch Trap, baby.
Glitch Trap
Sorry,
on top.
I'm very happy. My boy, yes.
Also, a very good skin. Also has kind of, I don't want to say this, but kind of pay to winny sound effects with
I wouldn't say as much anymore
lighter
because they did
footsteps.
change OG Springtrap footsteps, so they're a bit
Hmm.
quieter, so maybe not as much.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, the top grossing Survivor cosmetic worldwide is Sable's Whimsical Weather. For those who don't know it at home, it's her bikini skin, which has got the bikini top,
Yep.
skirt, and the hat. Yep, it's that one.
And no shoes.
And no
Yeah,
shoes. Yep,
yeah.
Don't
she's got
forget
her.
that part.
She
No
got the
shoes.
dogs out. Oh god.
Just give her sandals, for the love of
No,
God.
no. The Dead by Daylight developers know who the fan base is. They know what they want. Not me. I'm different, but a certain degree
Okay,
of the fan
okay.
base is enthusiasts, we'll say, of things I don't get. Anyways, moving on from that, we're going to be getting into the topic of the episode, which is fun tier lists. So, is there anyone who wants to start first who's like, I want to go first? Me. Because I am a little going like, me. But I'm happy to go second.
Don't you
You
have
said
two? Did you say you have
two,
two?
you said.
I do have to.
You have two. You got to start it then. You have two.
Well, then
you
you
have to
start, and
it.
then you can bookend us on.
All right. Oh, there we go.
Walk
I'm
us
gonna
through
screen
it.
my screen because I made a little presentation because I'm a bit of
Do
a
we
freak.
all? Do we all have presentations?
I have a PNG.
Oh, let's go.
Ooh, nice,
Yes.
nice.
Okay.
Okay, so
Awesome.
listeners, you may want to hop over to YouTube for this
I
section.
will be describing it though, so if you don't want to, you don't have. You don't have
Audio
to.
listeners, we don't forget about you.
Yeah. We love you
Yeah,
guys.
we'll describe
I love
it.
you.
We'll describe it. I mean, that is the large majority of people who listen to
This is
this
cute.
episode
All
or
right.
this
So my
show.
first tier list. This is a pretty. I think it's pretty standard. Which Dead by Daylight killers would I bring on an IKEA date? And what would happen on an IKEA date? Now, before
Love
we get
this.
into this, there are some ground rules because I feel like if there weren't, it'd be kind of boring. So, the ground rules. Keep in mind, for some reason, probably due to the entity, they cannot hurt, kill, eat, and/or commit any act of violence against anyone, including me. So once they go into this IKEA, they're a pacifist.
Okay.
They must spend at least 2 hours with me in the IKEA. And additionally, they must stay by my side, and I must stay by their side. And we have infinite dollars. Infinite money.
Wow.
Alrighty. So are you ready to hear my little tier list? That's not actually a tier list, but it's technically a tier
Send
list.
us off. Who are you taking IKEA?
We'll see. Well, first off, we gotta start off with the no, the date will not be happening. I'm going back. Now, this is a collaboration of they're technically an animal, a minor, pedophile, or bad vibes. So first off, xenomorph. I'm sorry, that thing cannot think. That thing wants to eat. I don't want to be eaten. So no date.
It's
Jen.
debatable whether xenomorphs can eat or not. That's the debate, hot debate. But
They're
I
still
digress.
they're still not like people though. So
yeah,
like,
they're
no
not.
xenomorph.
They're animals for sure.
Yes. Legion. Those are for teenagers. I'm not doing that. Ew. Disgusting.
They would be
Next.
terrible roommates.
They would be terrible roommates. Next, we've got the Demogorgon. Same thing for Xenomorph, but a bit more normies. Next, Freddy Krueger. Next, Hag.
Yeah.
She just wants to eat. There's not a single flaw in her head. She just wants to eat. Technically, I would have put Ken Konagi down here, but I feel like there's a bit of like leeway where you could say, oh, he has a bit more of his mind. Hag is just eat. So that's why she's down here. And then finally, I'm sorry to some fans, but the nurse is also in No, the date will not be happening. Just because one of her Tumblrs heavily implies she's a eugenicist and no. And like, yeah, we can debate like, oh, is murder worse than eugenicisms? But we're not going to do that. I don't want to get into that. I'm saying nurse is in F tier, so that's where she's going to be. Now, moving on to the next row, they're making new slurs. I would take these people out on the IKEA date, but it'd be really awkward, as they'd somehow make slurs for humans. Obviously, this is going to the Dark Lord, aka Dracula, and the Singularity. They both hate humanity, but for different reasons. And I feel like if I went with them on IKEA date, it'd be really awkward. Heavy on the Dark Lord too, only because he was married, lost his wife, got very depressed, tried to kill the world for it, died several times, got brought back, and now we're just kind of at IKEA. I don't really want to deal with that, and I feel like that'd be really weird, even if he's hot. Anyways, now we're in, it's awkward, derogatory. Now this tier is 4 killers who I feel like if we did go on an IKEA date, it would be pretty bad. Because it would be really awkward, and I mean that in the worst way possible. Not like cute awkward where they're like looking away shyly, like holding their hands like, are you sure about this, Madison? That's a jungle skog. No. This is awkward. Starting off for this this tier, Michael Myers. He's just gonna stand there and look at me, breathing very heavily. No thank you. Next, Pinhead. He's gonna be freaky, and there's no pause to his freakiness. He wants to take me to meet Leviathan and the Labyrinth. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to go to BDSM hell. So for that, it's awkward derogatory. Sadako, same thing for Michael, but I feel like she's gonna say in Japanese, I'm gonna curse you, I'm gonna curse you, I'm gonna curse you. Even though she can't in this hypothetical situation, it's still weird. And for that, no thank you. And the last one to round off this list, the clown, because he's gonna try and steal my pinky after the IKEA date, and I don't like that. No thank you.
He might also try to eat your pinky while going through the food court.
Exactly. Like he'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I accidentally ate your finger," and I'll be like,
Said, wait, there's horse meat in these meatballs?
"Yeah, I know." And then it's over. It's over. Now, next, it's awkward, non-derogatory. Now this one's a bit more interesting. We've got Bubba from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, I feel like it would not be derogatory awkward, only because he's only doing what his family told him to. He's
Yeah.
only killing in the trials because he's afraid. In this IKEA date, he can just chill. And I feel like it'd be awkward because he doesn't really know me, and he's not sure if he should try to kill me or eat me.
He
He
doesn't
probably
know
would
how to
try,
chill.
but he'd be kind of chill, exactly. So I feel like we'd go to the food court, he'd be very surprised there's no fingers in his soup, and then I had to be like, no, 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 Bubba, you don't understand. People don't really eat other people normally. And then he would just kind of allow a disgruntled noise and raise up his chainsaw. And I'd be like, Bubba, no, calm down. Calm
He would
down.
be amazed by the Swedish meatballs. He would be.
I think
This one
Bubba is a good homemaker in
is a
general.
homemaker.
So being in the IKEA would feel nice, like getting home inspiration ideas for someone who's the homemaker of the cannibal house.
Exactly. So that's why he's an awkward, non-derogatory. Next, we have Nemesis, which is pretty crazy. Allow me to explain. His one goal is to destroy stars. In this situation, there would be no stars. And for this whole purpose, he shouldn't really care about stars. We're going to say Entity Magic does not care about stars. He'd be like Michael, but I'd feel safer. Because Michael, I don't know why, I feel like the idea of being with Michael is like, I'm going to die. Whereas Nemesis is, I'm fine because I'm not stars. So he just kind of just stand there, but it'd be less creepy. So for that, we're gonna put him in non-derogatory. And he can't affect me with a zombie virus because
It-
of entity magic.
Isn't he a zombie though?
He
Like,
is a
isn't he
zombie.
dead?
He is technically dead, so it's not great. That's why he's pretty low in the tier list. But
Yeah.
like, it's not bad. It's just not great.
Mhm.
Along with that, kind of for a similar reason, Pyramid Head, he's there to make people suffer. But since he can't suffer, he's just kind of there. He'd probably try to kill himself, honestly. So I just kind of walk around and be like, Pyramid Head, look, they got Jungle Skog. And then I see him dead. So it's like, oh. And that's kind of the entirety of the awkward, non-derogatory tier. Moving on, we have they're scaring people on purpose. And we've got 3 people, or I guess 2 people and a creature. We've got the doctor. You just know he's going to try and cast. He's going to be doing some mad experiments. He can't hurt people, but that doesn't mean he won't try and scare people.
Mhm.
Same thing with the unknown, but more so people will look and be like, what the fuck is that? And then he'll just drop to all fours and crawl at them. So the day is already over with these 2. And this one was very close for going to the next tier, but reading her lore, I feel like she'd be kind of wanting to scare people just so she could be like a dick about it a little bit because she's kind of hungry. That being the Krisu. I'm sorry, Krisu lovers, but I feel like it'd be going pretty good. She'd see like a 5-year-old and then she'd go like, ah, and like her head would pop off her body. And then I'd be like, Krisu, no. And the day is over. So that's why she's kind of in the same tier as the 2. But don't worry, moving up next year, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. These are like, I would say, mediocre dates. All of these were
Okay.
like bad or horrible or not happening at all. These are like okay dates. So first off, they are bewildered by fridges, spending time introducing them to appliances. They're gonna be kind of learning about like modern day technology, and they're gonna be like, "Whoa, what the fuck is that?" And I'll be like, "Don't worry, chill. Let me explain." And the entire day, we're just looking at normal kitchen appliances. For this, I'm not gonna go into in depth for each person, but I feel like once I say them, you'll kind of get them. We've got Hillbilly, Night, Plague, Blight, Oni, and the Deathslinger. I feel like they'd love to tinker a little bit, maybe just to figure out what it is. I would keep Plague 5 feet away from me and all appliances at all times, even though she can't affect in this hypothetical scenario. I don't want to be smelling all that. I feel like I would puke. And Blight would probably try to give me a disease of some kind. So, no thank you. Now, moving up a tier higher, we have They Booby Trapped the Strontium. If you don't know, the Strontimon is like a chair, like an office chair. And for here, I put Springtrap, Skull Merchant, Pig, Trapper, and Albert Wesker. Now, these people, I feel like it would be okay because they're normal enough. They're still pretty fucked up, but like they can think. They're not just wild animals. But as soon as they realize they can trap something, I feel like it's gone. The date's over. They're
Yeah.
already in the bedroom section, putting up like a little rope for children to play with. And then it's like, they're gone. Bye, Billy. Billy got snatched. Billy's dead. I'm so sorry.
Amanda would have a heyday in an IKEA, I feel.
Exactly. One moment you're like, oh my god, Amanda, look, they have this tiny little shark flesh. And then the next she's like, I want to play a game. And now the entirety of the food court has become like this food fight, but instead of food, it's weapons. It's awful.
The
Not-
meatballs have like nails in them.
Exactly, exactly. It's not great. It's not
The
not
key
great.
to your salvation is hidden under one of these comforters.
Ah, exactly. No, thank you, Amanda. Now, this is where I'd say the dates are actually pretty good. Like, decent. These are good dates. Like, the ones before were like, okay. These are good. For this, we take pictures, have fun, standard date. For this, I have Ghostface, Ken Kaneki, and the Trickster. I feel like these be very standard. Like, Trickster would be a bit of a bitch, very egotistical, but he'd be really fun about it, and he wouldn't try to, like, kill someone. Yet. So, standard. Same for Ken Kaneki. This is where I was kind of iffy, because I wouldn't be sure if he would be insane or not. I'm going off the hypothesis that he wouldn't be hungry and therefore crazy. So he'd just be a guy and actually pretty chill. So we put him in, have fun, standard date. Ghostface, he's got a camera. He's funny. He's stylish. He will kill you. Horrible person. But he's funny about that. So there we go. Pictures, fun, standard date. Now, this tier is a bit of a miscellaneous scrollball. Well, I guess these next two, just because I thought they were funny, and I didn't know where to put them in the tier list, so they're kind of near the top. That being Crying at the Jungle Skog, aka the bear plushie. We have Artist,
Aw.
Spirit, Twins, and the Huntress. I don't know why.
I'm in this category as well. I'm in the plushie section crying over them.
Like, I feel like if I introduced Artist to Jungle Skog, she'd be like, ah! And she'd start crying like paint, black oil, whatever it is. And I'd be like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We can get the Jungle Skog.
But they're just so cute.
Exactly. And I feel like these characters are very traumatized. So I feel like it would
Oh,
be like
yeah.
a nice moment. Very okay. Then we have they're camouflaged themselves among the Jungle Skog. They're in toys. That being Dredge and Chucky. You know why. Dredge has got a toy skin. Chucky is a toy. The way.
You would
And now-
never lose the Dredge in IKEA. He can just pop out of every single one of the lockers and closets that they
Exactly.
have.
Like you're walking around like, Dredge, where'd you go? And then you open up a bedroom closet and he's just in there chilling.
I
Terrifying.
imagine an IKEA employee is walking up and be like, "Can you please get your date out of this wardrobe,
closet.
please?"
Exactly. And now we have the highest honor. Now, whether or not these did go well, we had so much fun that we bought a couch or shelf and decided to build it together. This is the highest
Aw.
honor I can give my team.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And for these three killers, I gave it to Vecna, the Wraith, and Houndmaster. Wraith and Houndmaster just seem like really fun people. Wraith, if you got rid of the whole trauma thing of accidentally killing a bunch of people, he's just a nice guy. He just wants to live a normal life, make his family proud. I feel like we'd build like a mean shelf together.
Mhm.
Same thing with Houndmaster, but less about I've been traumatized and more or less forget revenge for a while. Let's go build a TV shelf. And she'd be like, I don't know what TV is, but fuck yeah. And that'd be great. Now, Vecna's entirely biased. He'd probably be a lot lower, but I feel like I could convince him I'm actually one of his acolytes. So he'd be like, oh yes, okay. Let's just build a alchemical chamber. And then we build a table. Very fun. And he's got magic. So I feel like that would really be fun. Anyways, that was my tier list for
Oh, that was lovely.
Amazing. Loved
you.
it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've not
Hopefully I
been in
didn't talk too
IKEA.
fast, everyone.
I need
I've
to-
never been in an IKEA.
I live near one, and I just haven't. I live near the only one in Indiana, and I need to go But I will go on an IKEA date with my partner. That's a good idea. So thank you for that.
All right, yeah, yes. Just don't open a closet and find a Dredge. That would be very
Absolutely
scary.
not. Yeah, I'll take pictures if I have
I
to.
will say that the plushie section at IKEA, it's not furniture,
Cry of
but
the
they
Jungle
have been
Skogs.
doing work on it. You can
Cry of
still
the
find
Jungle
Blahages and DJ Uncle Skogs
Yes.
all over the place. But this
DJ
right
Uncle
here,
Skogs, hello?
they had finger puppets when I went last time.
Very
And
nice.
this is one of them.
I
So
love that.
Floor
trust
bead.
me, you'll find stuff.
All right, who wants to
Absolutely.
go next?
I'll go.
You go, Bryson. You go.
Alright. Yeah.
Mine is way less of a tier list and more of a categorization. This
Hey, that's
will
what I
be,
did. That's what I did.
This
It's
will
all
be
good.
amazing. Let's see here.
Trust me, just categorizing them is helpful enough. Ooh.
So, for listeners, I made a tier list for killer high school cliques. I categorize killers based on what I think high school clique they would be a part of.
Yeah, what lunch table are they sitting at?
Exactly.
I do want to preface that this is solely on vibes only. I made this very quickly and didn't put a lot of thought into it. Solely on vibes. I don't care about their lore. I don't care about the franchise they come from. This is solely based on what I think they would join the cliques or little groups in high school. So here we go.
Ready.
First up, we have Freddy Krueger. He's a pedophile.
He's alone.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
favorite.
He's not even in the high school. He is
Yeah.
behind bars, ideally.
He's not allowed on premises.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have the class pets. You could probably guess who these are. The Xenomorph and Demogorgon.
Oh my
They're the
God.
class pets.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Everyone's sitting around, petting them, give them water. You know, the usual. Okay.
Oh God.
Next up, we have the loners.
Okay.
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 First up, we have Dredge.
Makes sense.
People are a little creeped out by Dredge. You know, he's snooping about in little closets and he's making the school dark. They're creeped out.
Yeah.
Next we have Hillbilly. He was
Yes.
kind of rejected by his parents, didn't really make a lot of good friends, doesn't feel super connected with anyone else.
Mhm.
Trapper doesn't really talk, kind of hard to make friends with someone who doesn't talk a whole lot. You know, he's trapping up the place. Next, we have Desslinger. I actually kind of did think of his lore a little bit here, and just think he was just gonna he's gotten his revenge, or he hasn't quite gotten his revenge, and he's just thinking about it, and he doesn't really want to talk to anyone because of it. And the next up, we have obviously Michael. He is the loner. He ain't gonna make friends in high school at all whatsoever. So, next up, we have the band kids.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so first up on the bad kids, we have Hag. I don't know why. Yeah, so this one was weird. I just like she's giving me band vibes. Like I figured she like one of the girls who like twirls. I don't know what they're called. I don't know what they are.
Are they twirlers?
Or like a flag person. I don't know.
Baton. Yeah.
Batons. Yeah, I
There
couldn't
we
think
go.
of I couldn't think of the thing. She'd like be doing the baton. I think she's got that vibe. I don't know though. That's the vibe she gave off. Of course, you're probably not going to agree with all these.
Yeah.
That's okay. Next up, we have Bubba. He's a tuba player. He is blowing that horn,
He's
or
brass.
he's carrying that drum. He's totally carrying around a tuba for sure.
Interesting.
Next, we have Nurse, and the only reason I put Nurse here is because the next up I put Wraith. They're a couple. They met in band. You know, they're they got maybe some drama with other people in band, but they joined because of each other for sure. Next up, we have Theater Kids.
I already know who's gonna be here. I already know who's gonna be here.
We got Theater Kids here, y'all. First up, we have King Kaneki. I won't explain this. I think it's he's
dramatic.
He's dramatic, kind of cringe. I'm gonna say it. Yeah. Here we go. Next, we have twins. The reason I put twins here is not because of Charlotte, but because of Victor. I think Charlotte would join theater because of Victor. I think she'd have a lot of fun playing, pretend with Victor. I know they're kind of both older. They're the same age, but still.
Yeah.
Next, we have Unknown. Unknown likes to pretend to be other people with, the voices and such. I think he'd be a really good theater kid, for sure. Absolutely. Especially with all the different outfits he can wear. He'd be great. Next, we have Spirit. This one is a little weird. Spirit was like a wild card a little bit. She could fit in a lot of places, but she just felt like, theater was just her vibe. That's kind of what it went on. Not a whole lot of explanation here. Next up, we got Doctor. He's got treatment theater. We all know it. We love it. I don't. But I just think he would enjoy screaming and laughing on stage. He just seems maniacal like that. I think he'd fit theater really well. And the next up, we have Clown.
Of course.
He's not joining because he wants to do theater. He's joining because he's interested in some girl or person with good fingers. He's joining because of them in theater. No. It's weird. It's dramatic.
I feel like Clown he'd give a good monologue, right? Like you put him on stage in the lead role, and he carries the show.
I mean, he's
also had
a lot though. He coughs at everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Chain smoking behind.
He should work on some.
But what theater kid isn't chain smoking behind the school? Tell me this.
True. Yeah. He's also got a lot of aliases, so he's good at playing as other people, I guess. Right, so that's here. Next, we have the alternative kids. This could be
Oh,
considered the skaters, the emo, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what the terms are now. I'm just categorizing them all as alternative. I think it's the best broad term for that.
yeah.
First up, we got Sadako.
Yes.
She was thrown down a well. Also, just the way she's wearing her hair, I think she fits this super well.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Pinhead. We have the freaky deaky guy. He's into the weird stuff. So, and it passes around in high school. Next, we have Amanda. I think this is a given just based on her lore. I know I went off vibes, but also this just fits well, I think.
Yeah.
Next, we got Chucky.
Okay,
He's throwing around middle fingers. He's like, I don't give a fuck about high school. He's probably a dropout too. Like, I don't expect him to finish it at all. And then next we have Legion. I mean, I think this is like this is a layup. Like, this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have the popular kids.
Oh, okay. I think I know who
Artists.
Oh no, I don't.
Okay, I had her between two other categories, which I'll get to the next category in a second. But popular kid, I just feel like she's got the vibes. Again, we're going off vibes. I just think she'd be popular in high school. I think she's kind of cool like that. She's an artist. People love her art. Aside from the crows and the cawing, I think she'd be really popular.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we got Houndmaster. I think with her dog and her just like her look and her style, she would be running that high school for sure.
Like, she's a pirate captain, not a pirate captain.
She ain't gonna take shit from anyone.
Exactly.
If people are reporting to her, she's not reporting to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we got Ghostface. This makes sense. He's got kind of like the swagger. He's got the charisma to absolutely make all the friends possible and become popular. Plus, the mask is a bonus.
Yes.
Next, we got Dracula, and the last one of this category of popular. Dracula, people love him. He's hot. He dresses well. He's rich. He's from a rich family or whatever. People want to be friends with Dracula. Next up, we have the preppy kids.
Okay, now I know.
Now, this is different from popular, as in preppy kids aren't necessarily popular. They just want to look nice. They dress well. They take care of themselves. I was debating on Spirit being in this one as well, and artists as well. So they were bouncing around, but I landed on elsewhere. So first one on preppy, the Cresu.
Oh.
Great style. When she comes out of her non-human form, maybe not so preppy, maybe more alternative, but still, nonetheless, in her human form, she's killing it with the outfits. Mm-hmm. Next up, we have Skull Merchant. This makes sense, y'all. Yeah. She's rich. She's got a bedazzled mask. She wants to make sure she looks good, and she always does look good. Next up, we have the Plague. Now, yes, she does vomit, and she's somewhat decaying, but she cares about the clothes she is wearing. She loves it. She's got a great headpiece. She's got this little, I don't know what her weapon is called, but like this little smoky thing.
The sensor.
Incense burner. She's like, she cares about her smell because she's rotting. That's why I put her here. And then next up, we got Trickster, obviously. This one makes sense. And I actually almost put him popular, but I feel like he'd be more preppy just because I think he'd be sort of a dick a little bit to people, and so he wouldn't be as popular as some people might think. Next up, we have the geeks / nerds. That term, those terms can be interchangeable. Some people don't interchange them. It's whatever. Mm-hmm. First up, we have Springtrap. I didn't know really where to put him. He was actually my last placement, and I was like, I just feel like he'd be really into robotics. Instead of animatronics, which I guess are sort of robots in like a subcategory of robotics, I just think he'd be, robotics club president for sure. Mm-hmm. Next up, we got Blight. Chemistry all the way. That is his category. And he's into botany. He's into chemistry. He is getting straight A's in all those science
You want to
classes.
cheat off his test if you're saying Trust me.
If you're sitting next to him, cheat. Absolutely. Next, we have Vecna. A geek / nerd, not quite in the material world, but definitely the magical kind of elsewhere world for sure. All those tomes and reading, he's for sure a nerd. Next up, we got Singularity. Um, I almost put him in a whole other category of just bullies because he isn't really fond of humans. But I felt he fit here just because he'd be super into biology as well, improving himself. I think that'd be great for him. And then next up, we got Wesker. You know, he was almost unpopular, but I feel like he was also too much of a dick and too much of a villainy guy. That I think he just fit nerd slash geek better.
Yeah.
And finally, we have the jocks.
Yep.
This is the final category. We got Huntress.
Yeah.
She's muscle mommy. You know, she's lifting weights, lifting hatchets. She's probably into like archery or something if she were in high school, if they had it. You know, this makes sense. Then we got Nemesis. You know, he's probably going to go into the military after high school. That's how I feel.
But he was linebacker when they won the championship.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He's riding that high.
Absolutely. He carried them to the finals. Next, we have Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head was like a wild card as well. Like, I almost put him in popular just because, you know, everyone thinks he's going to be hot. But here, I just think he's muscular. He's carrying around a giant sword. He'd probably be into like, what's track and field? Like, he'd probably be doing something there, I feel. Next, we have Knight. You know, he's got all that armor. He's got a big sword. He's probably into fencing. He probably, if the school's got it. Maybe track and field as well.
Could do a sports.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, he's got his own crew. They're all jocking it up in some gym room. I don't know.
Hey, yo.
And then finally, we have the Oni, which I think just makes sense. Super muscular, wants to keep fit, but also just loves to be active. So, and that is my tier list. The complete tier list of high school killer clicks.
Yeah. I will say, the only thing I disagreed about that tier list was Cursil. Only because she's an opera singer. You know her ass is in theater. You know she's like...
That's right. I didn't even think about that. But remember, I said vibes only. That's what I went for. But you're totally right.
I do admit.
Yeah, they definitely could be moved around. But yeah, I just went off first instincts for sure.
Yeah.
No, that totally makes sense.
Now, Stevie,
for my tier list, I want you to put yourself in the mindset that you have to draft a kickball team. Similar to this high school click thing, but this is more of middle school recess.
Okay.
If you don't treat this as like gospel, but take it vibes based yourself. These are my advice for drafting your team captain of the kickball team for recess, and someone else is captain, and you got to draft your team back and forth. Up first pick in kickball is a tough choice because you kind of have to pick someone to deny the other opponent from getting someone strong. And if you're going second, you have to counterpick their choice.
Yeah.
For first picks, I would advise everyone pick on your kickball team somebody like Hillbilly. He can hit curves as soon as he's got his foot on the ball. He is taking off and getting at least a double. Even if he gets out half the time, he is still making it and running as fast as he can around those bases. Secondly, I picked the Doctor. He's a great first pick, solid team morale booster. He's always laughing and having a good time. And he's probably got a mean leg on him still. Similar vein, you want to pick Huntress. She is strong as fuck. If she makes contact with that ball, bases are loaded, she's getting everyone home. She is always hitting home runs anytime she makes any contact. Same with the Oni. He's kind of a mix. He's muscly as fuck. He can put as much power as he needs to behind that ball, and he will run as fast as he can around the bases. Trust me, you want someone like Oni, Huntress on your team. They are strong. They can land it. Twins, she's got a bit of that Victor magic on her side. She might not hit single thing, but if she starts running, she's sending Victor out, and that counts. Victor counts for getting bases. So he can make it all the way around. She doesn't have to do the running. Victor's fast, and you can't really tag him out, so it's a bit of a cheese play, but it's worth it if you don't have any other better option in that first round. Nemesis, also in my first round choices. You want him because even if he can't like kick the ball, he still might punch it. and that will send it flying.
Yes.
I don't think he's got good leg movement, but I think if he can punch the ball, if he's allowed to do that, that counts as a good hit.
Mm-hmm.
Wesker, I felt also like he might be a strong enough pick. I picked him for, he's a good team player. He's got good morale. He might help you be a second leader, but he might not be the strongest or the fastest, but he's a solid pick, especially first round when you're still trying to make your team. Singularity, he's got good ball handling. He's got great claws and long arms.
He's
He will
okay,
be a
what now?
great fielder. Trust me, even if he doesn't understand the game, you just tell him to catch the ball. He's getting every single out that comes his way. He's not missing a single one. Trust me. Skull Merchant, oh my god. She's got legs on her. If she kicks that ball, she will hit it anywhere she needs to. If she senses a weak opponent, she will make sure she sends it straight towards them every single time, and she will get the most value out of all of her hits.
Skull Merchant for this pick
Skull
is
Merchant.
kind of crazy to me
Yeah.
because I feel like she just would be so disinterested in kickball. But I totally get what you mean when like she's got the legs to kick a ball for
Yeah,
sure.
like
Trust
she's
me,
got
you
the
might
she's
not
got
like
the
her,
body for
but-
it. But I feel like she'd be like on sides like, I wonder how I can make money off of this.
Exactly.
Exactly. Maybe she could just
Last.
outbuy your opponents and then you win by default.
Oh
Boom.
my god, she would. She'd be so rich, she'd be swaying the game off that. Last to round out my first pick places, I picked Springtrap.
Oh.
He's kind of a freak. He knows what kids like. He'd be pretty good at kickball. He'd have the strategies. I don't know.
That's crazy. Ow.
That's wild.
I think he'd be good at that. Now,
my
the next round, I think you might have a little harder choices. If we don't have every killer to pick from, and you're kind of strapped for picks, you might have to pick someone a little iffy. That's where we get to here. There's still good choices, but if you don't have anyone else, these are the ones you want. Someone like Wraith. Wraith's got the long legs. He can turn invisible. They won't know where to throw the ball to get him out, but he can still make it around those bases pretty quick. I think Hag is also another good choice. She might not make good connections on balls. She might not get a lot of fast outs running, but if she is in the outfield and she has her setup traps everywhere, I think she's right where you need her to be every single time. She's catching fouls and getting people out. She's getting those home runs that are going way too far for anyone to run to. It's her job. She's got the coverage. And another good pick for a similar reason as Springtrap is Freddy Krueger. He's got a lot of numbers watching kids games.
Oh no.
So
Yeah,
I think he'd
yeah.
know the strategies. You might want him on the team for the brains, not really the brawn or the skills, but he'd have the plays. So if you need a good strategist for kickball, you'd pick Freddy.
I think I'd rather choke.
Yeah. But trust me, for kickball, Freddy might know.
No. Moving on. Moving on.
Moving on is Spirit. She's probably the closest we have to like, high schooler, middle schooler in the killer roster.
Yeah.
So she's got it fresh in her head. She knows how to put herself in the mindset. She knows everything that's riding on a game of kickball and how much it means. Plus, she's got the phasing, so she could dodge and out. She could run to the bases pretty quick. I think Spirit would be a good pick ASAP. Pyramid Head. This guy's got the muscles on him. He's got the swing. If he's your pitcher, that ball is going so fucking fast that they are doing nothing about it, and he's getting strikeouts. Out of all these killers, I think he's being one of your best pitchers.
Yep.
But as a kicker, I think that pyramid gets in the way. I think he might not have a good eyesight. He might not keep his eye on the ball.
Aw.
What can you do? But as a next pick, Blight. Blight's got the bouncing. He's got the rushing. And he might be juicing up your team in the back if you can, spot him the cash.
Yeah.
That being said, he's not your number one pick, but he's a good choice. He's Blight. And the artist, she got her arms and her tongue cut out, but she's still got the legs. She
Yeah.
could still kick a ball.
Yeah.
She might not catch every single ball. I think kickball is going right through those ink hands, no matter how sharp they are. I don't think she's catching much.
Would crows helping be considered a plus or a minus in this
Crows.
scenario?
Oh gosh, they'd be a minus.
Oh, yeah.
I think the birds just also get scared away from the kickball so fast. They're doing no help for you in the middle of a game.
Interference.
You just need her strictly for the legs.
Yes.
The knight is a
Oh.
much better all-around pick. If he gets hit with the ball, he's gonna just shrug it off. Not like all the other killers who might just have a big bruise.
Yeah.
But the knight would be a good pitcher. He'd be a good catcher. He'd be a good kicker and runner. All-around solid choice. Similar pyramid head issue. He's got all this bulky armor on. He can't really see super well out the mask. You might have to sacrifice a couple easy outs or easy kicks having him on your team.
He'll be sweating for sure. Oh yeah.
Oh, you feel it, right? He would
Yeah.
get pissed sometimes. You have to make sure he knows everything's a game. He'll be all right, dude. Next in my list for picks for the top tiers is Unknown. He's got a really mean swing on him. You never know which way he's going to kick it. You don't even know which limb he's going to use to kick it. So pick the Unknown if you want to see some wild, crazy hits that no one else could do. Rounding out my picks for pick ASAP is the Dark Lord. He's got magic on his side. He could turn into a wolf or a bat. So as soon as the ball's in the air, he is almost untouchable. He's got the animalistic instincts. He's got the quick reflexes. He's got the vampire senses. That's something you need on a team. For sports like kickball, where it's not specifically about endurance or specific strengths, you want someone like him. If he has a hard time kicking, you might have to sacrifice him and not put him on the roster. But if he's on a good day, I think you'll see the Dark Lord doing all right. After that, the next line of killers, they're pretty okay. They're all right in their own sense. Some people might just do things better, might do things faster, but they're solid. The Trapper, Michael, Bubba, those guys, they played a couple games, but they're not going to have their head in the game exactly immediately. They're not going to know the speed at which they're playing and how important this is. Sometimes a kickball game means everything. Sometimes it means nothing. To these guys, they don't even know why they're here doing this. They can't find a reason.
Yeah. Michael would be so disinterested. Like he would just not care.
If he's just standing there at the plate, I'm gonna be pissed off at him. I need to see some movement. I need to see you trying.
Michael, do something.
Michael, please kick the ball.
I won't, please. Sorry.
I'm fairly certain Trapper and Bubba, they'd just be swinging at the air. They would just kick their feet out and fall down sometimes.
Damn.
I've got Clown up here too. I think if he connected with the ball, there'd be some major power behind it. But if he's coughing and wheezing on the way to first,
Oh man.
I don't think he's making it all the way back home to score.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck scoring, man, or making
Right.
the other to the other base. That'd be crazy.
I couldn't see him doing it. But if he got a hit, and if it was a double or a single, that might be enough to get somebody else all the way around. And that's worth it when you're thinking about how to round out this team. Plague, I think she's got the height to make a difference, but she's missing a toe. I don't want to put her through that. I don't want to make her kick a ball.
Oh yeah.
I might break another toe off.
Yeah, she's missing her
But
big
like, if I
toe,
gotta
too.
pick you, I gotta pick you, Plague. The Demogorgon and the Dredge, they're animals.
Yeah.
But I think if they didn't destroy the ball immediately, I think if they were able to just smack it, I don't think they have the dexterity to really kick a ball, either of them. But if they're able to just smack it out of the way and then get running, they might get it. I treat them as more like bunters. You know what I mean? Soft, neutral play.
I think Demo would be very good at catching a ball with the flower mouth.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, you're right.
Like I think he'd
The
get a
big
lot of
glove.
good outs. Yeah, for sure.
You see a big red thing flying at you and you're the Demogorgon, you just want to bite it.
Yeah.
That's an out,
Every
even if you
snap.
pop it. No, who am I kidding? Those rubber balls are indestructible. After that, I have Chucky.
Oh,
Chucky might be a tiny little doll,
Oh,
but he's
poor
controlled
guy.
by a spirit ghost. And that
Oh,
ghost has shown to give the doll some superhuman strength.
I see.
I think Chucky's little legs have so much power behind them. If he hit the ball with his little doll legs, if the ghost of Charles Lee Ray just swung the whole doll at it, I think that's enough. Chucky's got like the perfect amount of slapstick comedy inherent to him to make him a viable kickball choice.
He'd play dirty.
He'd play dirty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd throw like dirt or something in someone's eyes.
He'd
to,
throw
like,
sand
get
from
the-
his pockets.
Oh
Sand
yeah,
in the
he'd play
Pocket
dirty
sand.
for sure, and then cuss them out while he was scoring.
He might do that. He might be getting your team have the ref called them. If there's any ref calls, it's Chucky. He's bringing tools with him. He's throwing dirt. Hope he doesn't stab anyone in the leg because that's a disqualification.
Yep.
I also have Houndmaster in this list. I think herself would be totally fine as a player, but if the dog interferes,
Not Snow.
we might have some issues.
No, Snow.
I know I counted Victor as the same player as Charlotte, so that makes a little more sense. But Houndmaster, if it's just her, she's solid. She's fine. The dog is a little bit harder to deal with. She might run out of the field to go make sure Snug stops chewing on somebody, so she might be out of the game for a minute. She might have to walk the dog in the middle of the match. But if she's able to kick the ball, she might not run super fast. I know she's got a little bit of that pirate swagger walk. It might be a limp, something that she has to deal with. But I think she'd be fine. She wouldn't be your first choice. And the last two rounding this out are Vecna and Xenomorph. I think Vecna's a little too frail to be hitting the ball with himself. But if he had a perfect magic spell, if he had a mage boot, a mage hand that just kicked, that might work for him. If he could get the timing down, I think that might work for him. But if he's not ready for game of kickball, it's going to take him a few rounds to warm himself up. And we don't have that time. We have to play and get out of the gate fucking swinging. And Vecna might take a little too long to get a feel for the game. Xenomorph, I figured they'd be okay, but I haven't seen them standing up. And if they're kind of just on the crawler mode, they might not be able to hit anything. They might just have to let the ball bounce off their big head or kind of just tail whip it. And that might not be good enough. I don't want the Xenomorph on my team if I have someone else to pick from. But that being said, don't count them out. Pick them if you need to deny them from your enemy team, but you might not need them on yourself. Now the last pick is the sad position. The one you never want to be in. If you're the kid getting last picked, it scars you emotionally for life.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to say that Nurse finally gets to be in the bottom tier here. Nurse she's not got her feet on the ground. The ball is going right underneath her every single time. She's not making contact. Even if she could blink to a base, I just don't think she's getting on. I don't think she's going. And if she's in the outfield, the ball comes right to her. She is not picking that up. She is letting people go. She is letting so many points get scored. The Nurse would be a detriment to your team. Next in this list, I had to sadly put Amanda Young, the pig.
Damn.
I think she was always kind of not really an athletic kid, but she would suck on a kickball team. With the mask on, she wouldn't see anything coming at her. Even if she did kick the ball, she's maybe getting it into the outfield once every 3 times. She is barely getting on base. She does not have the strength for it. The power that we need from a team player in killer kickball. I also put the Legion up here. They are scrawny teenagers, and they run fast, but they are not athletic. They are not the kids who would be wanting to play kickball. They are trying to get picked first and feel good about themselves, and then they get picked last and feel bad about themselves.
Yeah.
They want, in their heart of hearts, to be good at kickball, and it's just not happening.
Yeah.
I also put Danny Jensen, the ghost face here. for a similar reason. He's got big ideas of himself, and they just don't show up on the kickball field. He might be a good outfielder. He might. I think you stick him on first base, and you hope to God he knows how to catch the ball when people throw it at him. Or if he can get a line drive, he is maybe getting an out or two throughout the whole game. Maximum. The ghost face mask is getting in his way. He's tripping over his own robe. It's a little too much for him to handle.
Yeah.
Even worse than that is the Death Slinger. He's got the bum leg. That thing has been in a cast the entire semester, and he just wants to be a part of the team. And you got to say, sure, come on in. We got one more spot.
Yeah, I guess so.
A reluctant pick.
If he made contact with the ball, he would be screaming in pain.
Oh,
If he had to kick it with that broken leg, he is sad.
Rip Davy Swinga.
The Trickster, he's on here too for a similar reason as the Ghost Face. If things started going wrong for your team, if you're down 1 point, or if he gets out, he is pissed the rest of the match. He is not picking himself back up. He's majorly susceptible to tilt. This guy is not the one you want to keep your team synergy together. Pinhead, I don't even think he has legs under that robe anymore. I think he's just floating around. I think he would be way too interested in getting hit by the ball.
Yeah.
He would not want to actually play. He would just try to cause the most pain. If he was, catching a ball and had to throw it at someone, maybe he would hit them, but he wouldn't be worrying about that. He would just be worrying about how fast and how hard can I hurt them. He wouldn't be caring about that this gets an out. He wouldn't know how to make a double play. He would only be caring about how he felt. How did he feel about throwing that? Can he hurt them?
I hate that. That's such a good point. I hate that.
Yeah, it is. It really is a good point.
Yeah, you just kick the ball, it hits a nail, and he goes oh, no, enough.
Oh, yeah. Just hits him in the right spot, and his chains get caught, and he's like, oh.
No, he did not game. Moving on.
Can we take a timeout?
I would pick, lastly, Sadako. She's just a tiny, frail girl, and I don't think she has the leg power. I think maybe if she cast a curse right as the ball came at her, similar to Vecna, she could maybe get some oomph on it. But I don't know if that actually matters for much. And I don't know if she could run that fast. She might have to be your last pick. Ken Konecki is now also in last place here.
Oh.
I figured Ken, maybe he could do it. He'd be too busy screaming in pain and being hungry the whole match. It would really fuck up his mental. He might be able to Kagane leap, do his swing around the whole battlefield, or kickball field.
I mean, it's basically a battlefield.
It's a battlefield, exactly.
With
You
all
need to
these
treat
folks,
this
yeah.
as a strategic thing. And Ken, he's a little too animalistic.
Yeah.
I think the ghoul parasite, the ghoul organ within him will be taking too much control. He wouldn't have his head in the game.
That's fair.
Plus, he's a little kid. He's frail, and I mean, he's more of an adult in the later things, right?
Yeah,
He's an adult.
I don't know.
My brain says he's like a high schooler. I
think
know
so.
that's not true. I would also put the
I don't
Krisu
know.
in this final last pick place.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
In her human form, it would be all right. But if you're playing this game at night or sometime when she needs to feed, there's no connection. There's no way those organs in that head are going to launch that rubber ball. You'd need her in the human form the entire time to have a chance.
Yeah. If she
But
was
even
human
then, I don't
form,
think
where
you
would
can
she
get her.
be?
What was that?
If she was human, where would she be? In her human form?
Pure human Krisu.
Yeah.
I think she'd be in the good picks. She wouldn't be fairly strong, but the fact that you don't always have that human form to rely on, she just won't have feet half the time. And that's half of kickball, kick and ball. That's all 40 killers.
Amazing.
Is it 41 now? Oh my gosh, I forget. I think it's 41.
I think
41. Yeah.
Yeah. Killer kickball.
So much fun. Amazing.
I'd been watching, I think, a few too many of the baseball episodes of animes that this was
That
stuck
would
in
do
my
it.
head.
Awesome.
That's awesome. It's kind of crazy though how you two were kind of like school-esque related.
Yeah, that
Okay,
was that
That's
was a
fun.
I
cool
would get
theme.
that. Ugh. But amazing list, Stevie. No complaints. Amazing. Very
Perfect.
compelling points too.
It's just my advice. If you had to draft the team, just my advice.
Hmm.
You make your picks. Your call. Who's your friend? You pick first.
Yeah.
To be honest, I hope I'm never in that situation to pick kickball teammates from those killers, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
It'd be a choice. I would say that much. Please don't eat me. And
Maddie,
then
did you have one more you wanted to get to,
I do
or how
have
you
one
feeling?
more. It's a pretty late episode, so we might cut it out and post, but yeah, I have one more.
Okay, we can do it.
You got another for
Yep.
us?
We're not gonna cut it out. It'll be here.
This is a long ass episode. Oh my god. One
Less
hour.
editing for me.
Yep. Alrighty. So, I have bad news, guys. This was not. Oh, that's the wrong way. This is not the end of my tier list. There's another one. And that being,
Ooh.
what games me and Dead by Daylight Killers would be playing together. So, to kind
Okay.
of like explain it a bit, for some reason in this scenario, we are friends, whether I want to or not. This is a forced friendship. Two, it has to have multiplayer. There has to be a way to play with this person. We're in the same room, so couch co-op is an option. And lastly, Dead by Daylight, the game, is not an option.
Makes sense.
Now, first off, we cannot game. Now, whether this be they're too animalistic or they've got no proper hands to game. Sadly, Dredge, Hag, Xenomorph, and Demogorgon, they cannot game. So sadly, they'll just be chilling in the room and it'll be very awkward as we try to game but cannot game.
Sad.
Next, we have the mere idea of a video game would Ash Baby them, send them back to the plague. We've got Night and Plague. I feel like I try to explain it like, no, you don't get it, Night. If you press this button, opens a screen, he'd be like, oh! And then he would just be gone. And
Yeah,
same thing
he
with
would
Plague.
explode.
Yeah, he would
What
explode.
does the resume button mean?
Oh god. It's like 1 hour in, and he's like, if I press the X button, I jump. And I'm like, yeah, you do. Now let's start the game. Anyways, moving onto some actual games, I feel like there would be a decent amount of killers who would be really into survival slash base building games like Minecraft or The Forest, stuff like that. And for this, I had Springtrap, Amanda, Singularity, Wesker, Trapper, and Skull Merchant all together. Because I feel like they would love to craft things, whether that be traps or base building. I feel like all together they would really like that. Nurse I also included. However, I feel like she'd be the type of person to be like the healer of the group, making like
Mm.
healing potions or bandages and stuff. And she'd be like, here you go. And it's like, thanks. Moving on, we've got party games. This one's pretty large, and this is basically where I put everyone I didn't know where to put, and or would get angry very easily. So this I put Wraith, Nemesis, Pyramid Head, Bubba, Hillbilly, Twins, Artist, and the Oni. Now for the Oni, Nemesis, and Bubba, Hillbilly, Charlotte of the Twins, I feel like they get angry easily, so that's why they're
Oh yeah.
where everyone else, I just want them to be happy. So they're going into party games just to have fun. No stress here. Moving on really quickly, we've got MMORPGs. These people, I feel like would really enjoy it for certain reasons. Dark Lord, I feel like he would just be flexing his magic powers, being like, I have an item level of 650. Take that, peasant. Oh, wait, you're human? Of course you'd suck. And he'd just be gloating the entire time. And then he'd get like low-key peeved if anyone ever beat him in a 1v1. Clown and the Nightmare slash Freddy Krueger, you know why they're on MMORPGs. They're texting to any character that looks like a woman, be like, "Hey, shoddy, want a DM roleplay?" And then they get banned, and then they get upset that they got banned. Trickster, I feel like would be like trying to be very not so subtle about him actually being like the trickster and trying to be like kind of like teasing people into like being like, "Oh my god, you're the trickster," and he'd be like, "Yeah." But then in reality, no one would recognize him, and he'd go cry in his bed at night. Pinhead also, I forgot to include in the Freddy Krueger clown, that kind of stuff. I'm sorry, MMORPG players, you get why. Moving on, we've got Friend Swap, quote unquote. I didn't really know what to call these games, but these are like the fun games you play with friends, like Peak, Lethal Company, Phasmophobia. For here, I put Krisu, Doctor, Onryo, Michael, Spirit, and Unknown, because there's kind of like two parties. For Krisu, Doctor, and yeah, just those two, I feel like they'd really fuck around. Oh, and an unknown too. I feel like they'd really enjoy like fucking with you. Like if you're
Hmm.
playing like Peak, they'd like not see anything till they're right behind you, then go like boo, and then you'd scream, and then they laugh at you. You'd be like, "You bitch." Onryo, Spirit, Michael, I feel like they just want to like game with friends, but they're not very social. So they're just gonna be quiet the entire time while you play,
Hmm.
and it's just very awkward. But like it's they're friends, quote unquote, so it's not too bad.
You're
You're
just
over
gonna
the
hear Michael
comms.
breathing.
Yup.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
You're
It's
like,
like
Mike, are you
Michael.
muted? And then his thing lights up for 2 seconds and then goes off, and there's no
It's like
sound.
it's like okay. Moving on, we've got looter shooters. This one is kind of weird because I put Chunky, Kankaneki, and the Blight. And looter shooters are like Warframe, Destiny 2, just because I feel like they all really like the speed. They really want to go fast. They want to do stuff as quickly as possible and get the best loot. So I feel like they thrive in looter shooters, or just any looter games in general, like Diablo 4 or something.
I
So
feel
that's why I
like
put it there.
Chucky would fuck with Borderlands. I
No,
feel
he
like
would
that would
find
be
Borderlands.
his game. I
Yep,
feel.
exactly. hmm Moving on, we've got shooters. Obviously, I have Deathslinger and Huntress, but I also had Houndmaster in here. Just because when I see her shoot her dog, I'm always like, that kind of reminds me of like a gun because
Mm,
it's like
yeah.
aiming. So I feel like she would like have Snug on her lap while she's like gaming, and then she'd be like, "What is this contraption?" And I'd be like, "Oh, this is a Valorant." And then in 2 hours, she'd be like, "Oh, I'm top 500," and I'd be like, "Okay." And she'd be
No,
like, "What?
she would
It's
be
really
the
easy."
e-girl
And it's like,
gamer.
"Okay, thanks."
Hmm.
And now moving on. Honestly, this one I kind of want to change. This is any. We just have the vibe, so we can play any game together. Legion, you've got 4 people, and they're all very fun. So I feel like that
True.
would just be a party. That would be awesome.
With you, that's a
Ghostface, you just
5
have the
stack for any
personality.
game you want.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Ghostface got the personality. I just feel like he'd be really funny. He'd always be cracking jokes or memes. Really fun. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why I put Vecna up here. I think it was because like, oh, he has magic, so he could like get any game we want. Now on second thought, he'd definitely be an MMORPG as well, where he's just kind of like casting spells like Dracula. But when he gets beaten, he acts really chill about it. Except he finds a way to hack into their account and deletes it, and it's like, oh, I'm just better because they don't exist anymore. Lobby.
I feel like
Anyways,
Vecna would be more of
oh,
like a real time strategy guy. Like
ooh,
he would be
RTS. No, that's
really into
fair.
RTS. It's like
I can
super
dig
into
it.
like Civ or I don't know any other.
Yeah, I should
I
include
don't know
that
any
put
other
Wesker
RTS.
in there. Oh my god, I'm so that's stupid. Anyways, thank you for real this time for listening. That was my very quick one because we're very late into this episode, everyone. I'm so sorry.
No, those
No,
were
it's all
good
good.
though.
Thank
Amazing.
you. Anyways, that is the end of the episode. So, listeners, viewers, thank you for your support. We really enjoyed doing this episode. Just an FYI, we're on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Red Stain Radio. Go give us a follow, like the video, share, subscribe, whatever. And yeah, we'll be posting more episodes next week and hopefully some new interviews soon. Trademarked, jinxing it not.
Trademarked. Yeah.
And yeah, thank you, Bryson. Thank you, Stevie. And we'll see you all in the fog
Thank you, Maddie.
next week.
Thanks, Maddie. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.